In the last lesson, I was showing you guys the basics of how to use WordPress on this website we're developing, MikeOmarPhotography.com. I showed you how to add posts, how to add pages, how to...
This video is brought to you by Appy's Academy.
Modify the sidebar with widgets and how to change up the theme to different themes. And this one we're going to go over a few more advanced concepts. I'm going to show you guys how to add links. You can add links to posts or to your sidebar, to your pages. I'm also going to show you how to add photos to your website. I'm going to show you how to add social media buttons to post to the homepage wherever you want. I'll show you guys how to add a contact form to your website so that instead of listing an email address, you can just have them fill out a form, press the send button, and that'll go straight to your inbox. I'll also go over a little bit of e-commerce with you by showing you how to add a PayPal button. So if this website ends up being one of the freelancing websites and you're charging $500 per website, you could have you could have a button there right on your sidebar where they click on it and then they can pay you $500 through PayPal, which they can pay you through credit card, and that'll go straight to your account. Also, if this ends up being a photography services website for you, you can also use the PayPal buttons as well. I'll show you how to do that, and you can set any price you want. For those of you that are building a website for your own business and you have a location, I'll show you how to get Google Maps on there and set up a tab for Google Maps. If you're developing a blog or something where you want to stay connected with people who might be interested in your services or simply what you have to post, I'll show you how to add a newsletter or mailing list sign-up form. And it could be one of those sign-up forms that's always there or one of the pop-up sign-up forms. I'll show you how to add both of those. And then also, if you are building this website for photography as either a services website or simply your portfolio, I'll show you how to add an affiliate link to your sidebar so you could connect to the photography school, and then if anyone clicks on that link, goes to the photography school and becomes a member, you'll make a commission, and that'll be a form of passive income for you. So in this lesson, there's going to be a little bit of everything depending on what you want, but knowing how to do all these things will really help you out in the long run because it'll essentially teach you all the things you need to know no matter what kind of website you want to build. So let's get started on completing this website. Alright, so in the last lesson I have a bunch of just random stuff that I was showing you to just give you an example of how it all works, like all the stuff in the sidebar and everything, but this time let's start really figuring out exactly how we want to do the layout of this website. So, website/wp-admin, put in your username and password, and I'll see you at the next screen on the back end. Okay, so here we are on the back end. Let's go to pages and see what we have. So pages right now, we have contact me, sample page. This is the page I want on my home page. So let's just do a quick edit here. Let's just actually call this welcome. Welcome update. All right, give it a second. Welcome to my website. I will be happy to make you a website or, take photos for your engagement, wedding, etc. Pretty much whatever service you provide or whatever this website it is that it does, you just write whatever it is that you want. So that's just a quick example. It could be a freelancing website. It could just be like, take a look at the great photos I've taken. This is my blog about cars. Whatever it is. It's just a welcome screen. That's going to be on your home page. Update. All right. Now, let's add a new page. It's going to be the About page. About me. I am Mike. Publish. Sample page is the one that came with WordPress. Let's trash this. Okay, contact me. It's already set. Feel free to contact me about anything at all on my contact form below, by filling out my contact form below. And later on, I'll show you how to add that contact form, but let's just leave this set up for now. Update. Let's see, what else do we want to add here? So right now we're just kind of doing the frame of what this website will eventually be, map. This is the location of my business. And then we're going to put a Google Maps right here, one of the interactive ones, but again, I'll do that later in the lesson. And then add new samples of my work. Here are samples of my work. And then this could be, you know, other websites, you know, websites I've made. It could be photos you've taken, etc. Publish, and again, I'm gonna fill this out in a bit, but you know, just to give a quick example, and let's do a rates page. Rates for a website, I charge $500, which if you've ever looked into having someone make a website for you, $500 is actually a really good price for an evening of my photography services plus, you know, all prints or whatever it is that you do. Let's just say $1,000 to say something. For both, only $1,200. So yeah, I mean, whatever type of business you decide to make, you can always make a website for a person and put all the photos you take of them on there. There's all kinds of things you can do, but this is just it for now. Publish. All right, so let's see what this looks like. Down here, visit site. Okay, awesome. So these are all the pages that we just made. Welcome is the page that we're on. Oh, okay, this is a home page. Welcome is a home page because there's nothing here. But we eventually want this one to scoot all the way over here, and we'll find a way to do that. About me. It's fine. Contact me. Okay, it all looks pretty good. Uncategorized, okay, so for some reason the categories are showing up here. We want to take that off eventually. Again, every theme works a little bit different, so it's going to be a little bit of discovery. I guess my photos is another category we made in the last lesson. We also want to get rid of that. And then over here on the side, we can do a bunch of different stuff here. So hold on, let's see what we do. First, let's go to appearance and widgets. And we're going to get rid of all of these just to clean it up a bit. Let's get rid of this. And actually, we're only going to put one there, and it's going to be the text. So let's put that there. One text widget. And we're going to make, this is where we're eventually going to put the buy now button. Buy now. To purchase a website for $500, please click here. And a little bit later in this lesson, I'm going to show you how to add that PayPal button. But for now, let's just save it. Close this up. Go over here. Refresh. And you'll see that there's now only one button here. Content sidebar, let's take this off too. So, footer. Take this off. Refresh. Whoop. Refresh. And now there's, oh, now there's all these on the footer. Hold on. That's odd. Why did those show up? Okay. Oh, here we go. Nope, this isn't it. Inactive sidebar. Pages in the footer. Let's reload. All right, we got to figure out how to move these two, but I'm going to figure that out in a second. But for now, you kind of see how to start to frame your website using pages with all these things that you want. Okay, so like I've mentioned earlier, making a lot of these small modifications just vary how you do it depending on what theme you're using. If you're using a theme from Elegant Themes, they actually have a really cool dashboard, like control panel from here. You go to appearance and then the name of the theme options, and you press here. And there's just a ton of different modifications that you can make from here that usually with a free theme you'd probably have to go into the code or sort of figure it out a little bit on your own. But with these, you just have a ton of options from right here. But before we get into this, let's go over some basics. So we'll go to Pages. Go to Pages. All right, and let's go to samples of my work. So I'm going to show you how to add a link. So, websites I've made. Let's link to my main website, Make Money from Home Lions Club. So highlight the whole thing, and then you're going to go to this button right here. It's going to ask you the destination URL. So make money from homelionsclub.com. And then you have the option to open link to a new window or tab. So I'm going to press yes. The point of this is so when they click on the link, instead of it changing the page you're on to that page, it's going to open it in a new tab. So add link, and you'll see that now is a link. Let's make one more. Google. Google.com. Add link and update this page, right? So we go over here, reload this, or actually let's just go straight to that page. So samples of my work. And here are samples of my work websites I've made. Make Money from Home Lions Club. Links to my website and Google. Links to Google. So that is how you add a link. And actually, let me just show you a few other things that you can do. Like, this is all basic stuff, you know. Boom, make it bold. Let's make it italic. This, italicized. This is crossed off. Highlight it, cross it off. So there's just a ton of stuff you can do, and you can start experimenting with stuff. This is all, you know, basically the same kind of stuff you would see in Microsoft Word. It's not that different. There's a lot of extra buttons here. These extra ones come with elegant themes. If you have a free one, it might not have these options, but it's just a way you can add drop boxes and little windows and make it a little bit cleaner, but it's all the same kind of thing. So let's press update. And again, once I finish this video, I'm going to go back and like really fill all this out and make it nice and add the wording correctly and everything. But this is just to give you an idea of how it all works. Reload. Here's samples of my work in bold, websites I've made. This is crossed off. So now let's go to About Me. You can go to the back end, go to Pages, and get to the About Me page, or right from this page you could just put edit this page. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to add a photo. So what you do is go over here to Add Media, Upload Media Files, select Files. I'm going to go to Desktop, and I'm going to go to a picture of me, Mike.jpg. Open. And you can do all these options from here, or you can do them all from the page. So I'm going to do them. Insert on the page. And there's my photo. So now I'm going to click here. We're going to have this little thing right here. Press that button. There's going to be all these options. I can make the photo bigger or smaller. Let's just leave it full size for now. Title, Mike. Alternative text, Mike. That's the text that'll display when you scroll over. This is a photo of me. Link URL. So let's have this link to, well, I guess I'll just make it the Lions Club. Or actually, I'll have it linked to MikeOmarWebsites.com, which is my sample website of, you know, my freelancing website. So let's just do that, and then advanced settings, just so you'll see them. Width, let's make it a lot taller, so you'll just see the difference. So this is actually going to be a distorted image. Styles, advanced link settings, open link in a new window. So that when you click on it, it doesn't change the page that you're on, it actually opens in a new page. Update, see there I am all distorted. Very long. Update. And now let's view the page. And that is how easy it is to add an image. And then because I set it that way, when you click on here, it opens to a new website. And this is my old website, Mike Omar Websites, how to make a blogger website. If you decide to do a freelancing website, this is the website you should study. All right, so let's go back to the home page. And I'll show you a few more examples of how to keep modifying this website. So now I want to show you how to add links or images to a widget on the sidebar. See, the widgets on the sidebar actually work with HTML, which means that you need to know a little bit of code to add links or images there. And I'm going to show you what I mean right now. So if you go to Appearance and go to Widgets, here's a text button right here. And this right here actually operates on HTML code. So as you can see, there's no way to upload an image here or to add a link, anything like that. It works on HTML code. So I'm actually going to show you, well, first I'll just show you the standard way. Let's say you want to add a link, right? So let's open a new tab and we're going to put HTML link code, and we're going to add the word blank because blank is the part of the code that makes it open in a new tab. So what you want to do, here's a sample one right here. This is an example of HTML code. So copy this, come over here, and paste it in. And we're going to put automatically add paragraphs because if we don't press that, everything is going to scrunch together. So that is an example of an HTML link. So press save, close this, reload this, and now you'll see that that link is right there. So when you press it, it goes right to that school where you can learn a little bit about HTML. But I'm going to show you another cool trick. So let's go to Pages again. And let's go to the About Me page. No, actually, let's go to the Samples of My Work page. Let's go to Samples of My Work. Whoops. Samples of My Work. And here you'll see all these different types of, text and links and all of the different things I've done. So this is the visual editor, which means this is what it's actually going to look on your website and you don't see any of the code. But WordPress is really cool in the sense that you can work like this on your visual editor, but at any given moment you can go to the text editor, which is what the actual code looks like. So I know all this stuff that you're looking at, you're not actually going to see right now, or you're not going to understand it right now, but this is what the code looks like that tells the website how it should display things. So, for example, this right here is actually the same code that we use right now on the widget for this link right here, the Make Money from Home Lions Club. So, for example, if we come over here and we know that we want something like this to show up on the sidebar, we can do it here on the visual editor. So let's make a link to Yahoo. Let's say we want a link to Yahoo on our sidebar. Here's Yahoo, highlight it, create the link, yahoo.com, press the open link in a new window and tab and add the link. So this is how it'll look visually on your website. Then go to the text editor, and this right here, copy it, is how it looks like in HTML. And no matter which one you're on when you save this or update it is fine, right? So we update it, we can view the page. There's the Yahoo link. When we click on it, it goes to yahoo.com. Whoa. Then we go to Appearance, Widgets, and here we are on the text, and you can paste that code directly because you already know that it's correct. Save it. Reload here. Oh, reload here. And you'll see that new link right here, Yahoo, press it, and once again it'll open to the Yahoo homepage. So that is how you can use this text widget that's actually really versatile. You can use it for all kinds of things. And later on, I'm going to show you how to use it to add the contact form, how to add that button. Actually, let me show you how to add that image real quick using the same trick. So you could always go here and put HTML image code. And once again, you'll end up at one of these types of websites that'll show you all these different ways to add, images and stuff, like the code that you need. Or you can use that same trick I was showing you earlier, which, let's go back here. Let's go to Pages. Let's go to About Me. See, here we are in the text. So this is what the code looks like. Let's go to Visual. Let's once again modify this so I look normal again. Let's make it just a little bit smaller. Let's go to Advanced Settings. Let's make the height. I don't remember what the original height was, but let's just guess. Let's make it like let's make it like 120. Press Update. There we go. Now I look a little bit stretched out the other way, but that's fine. Go to Text. Let's copy all of this. Update it. Again, you don't need to understand this stuff. You just sort of need to know how to manipulate it. Appearance, widgets. And let's put the image in between these two links. So paste it in. I know it looks really scary, but I mean, I don't know this coding stuff either. I just know how to get around it and make it work for me. Reload. And there it is. To purchase the website for $500, what we originally had, that original link we had, now a photo of me that's still a link, because that was the way I set it up at the beginning, and also this link to Yahoo. So that is how you can add links, how you can add photos, and also a simple way to, if you for some reason you need the code instead of just using the visual editor, you also have a simple way to do that as well. So if you're using a regular free theme, there's a few things that would be a little different right now. First off, all these pages would have comment boxes at the bottom of them. And usually you don't want a comment box at the bottom of any of these. You don't want comments to be enabled. So what you would do is you would just go to Pages over here. You would go to Quick Edit and uncheck all of these. So uncheck Allow Comments. Come here, Quick Edit. Uncheck Allow Comments, and you would just update all of them so that there won't be the comment boxes. By default, because this is an elegant theme, there's no comment boxes on the pages anyway, which is what we want. But if you're using a regular theme, then that's how you would do that. That's how you would get rid of these comment boxes. In fact, let me go to a post so you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Let's go to Appearance, Widgets. Let's add, where are posts? Recent posts. Go over here. So also it's kind of cool that I'm doing this because you see just how quickly I can manipulate everything. So now the post should be in the sidebar. Let's reload this. Scroll down, recent posts, top camera reviews, and leave a comment. So this box would usually be under the pages as well, but you go back to pages and that's how you would get rid of those comment boxes. Also, earlier I was talking about how to put these also the categories shouldn't show up here. They for some reason do in elegant themes, but we're going to figure out how to get rid of those in a minute. But if you want all of these pages in a different order, that's actually really easy to do as well. Go to Quick Edit and you could put, make this order number 1. Update it. Let's say you want samples of my work to be some different order. Whoops, I didn't mean to press that. Go over here. Once again, you want to go to Quick Edit. Order number 6. Let's say you want that to be order number 2. And also, while you're here, you may as well take a look at all of these different things, like the date you published, if you want it to be password or private, status published versus pending review versus draft. Template, that depends on what theme you're using. Some have different templates you can use. Some, there's just one default template that always happens. If it has a parent page, there's a bunch of stuff to discover, and I really encourage you to go ahead and look into that stuff. But for now, these are just like the main things that people are trying to do, setting up, so that these are in a specific order that they want, and also that they don't have comment boxes at the bottom. So that is how you would do that if you had a regular theme. Because we have an elegant theme, I'm going to show you that additional options area that they include, which is actually really cool, which is a big part of the reason that I'm a fan of their themes. All right, so for the additional options that you would get if you have an elegant theme, you go to Appearance here, and there's going to be the name of your theme. This one's called Envision, and then there's going to be theme options. So just real quick, I want to show you just how much you can manipulate a lot of this stuff. So here we are at General Settings. The logo is actually this Envision one that they include right here, but let's just upload image. So I already have the photo of me on here. This is in our media library. So, I'm just going to put use for logo. But of course, actually, let me show you how to do it differently as well. So that was one way. If you're just going to use a photo that you've already uploaded onto this website. But let's just select a file as if I hadn't selected one before, so you can use an example of that. So if this is a file that you want for the logo, use for logo, and it's right there. Favicon is just that little thing right here, the little logo. We're not going to worry about that. Color scheme, let's make it red. What's also really cool about this is if you go over these little question mark buttons, it's going to give you an explanation of what every single option does. So there's a lot of things you can customize over here. Show Twitter icon, let's enable this. Show Facebook icon, let's enable that. Twitter profile URL, so Mike Omar 9999. Actually, Facebook. I believe it's facebook.com Mike Omar Lions Club. I'm actually not sure about that. I don't remember what it is. Number of posts displayed on category page. Basically a bunch of different options that you can see. Use excerpts when defined, Google font subsets, custom CSS. This is all stuff you should look into, start learning about, but right now for just showing you the basics of how to construct your website, it's not necessary. Let's press save. Let's reload this. This is actually really not a good idea. This is not a good logo. It's just a photo of me. But if I had a logo, I'd show you that option. And actually you can see right here that the Twitter and Facebook options are right there. So let's press it. Whoop. That's not the right URL. I'll have to fix that later. And then here is the Twitter button. It would go to my Twitter page. Let's see if it works. Nope. I just put my Twitter name. I obviously have to put the web address. So this is just another example of when you're constructing this, you're going to run into little errors and stuff, but I already figured out what it is I need to change. So here, I have to put the right address. This would be like twitter.com/MikeOmar999 or whatever it is. Homepage, display content areas, display media section, display homepage quote. Let's leave all these on. I don't know. Let's just do some different stuff. Content area, page 1. I'm not even sure what all this stuff is. I just have to kind of experiment and see what happens. Quote text. This is just gibberish. Welcome to my website. Quote URL. Oh, that's if you want it to link to something. Number of posts. Exclude categories from homepage media. Maybe this is how we get rid of those categories. Exclude categories from homepage recent posts. That's what we were actually trying to do earlier. Let's press save. Go back here and see what happens. All right, so actually the categories are still here for some reason. And I don't know where that quote is supposed to show up. Maybe if, let's do this. Save, go over here, reload. Again, it's all stuff to look into, but these are all really minor things, and I don't really want to spend a ton of time on here. The featured slider. Oh, the one about me has a photo on it, and welcome. Automatic slider option. So actually, if you remember when we were picking a theme, they did have a slider up here that looked really professional and really cool. And actually, it's something that I do want to use once I complete this website. Well, let's just see what happens. Press save again. Reload. This is really odd. Why is nothing happening? Either way, something I gotta look into later. But navigation. Exclude pages from the navigation bar. Okay, so I want all the pages in the navigation bar, so I'm gonna leave those. Show drop-down menus. I'm gonna disable this. Display the home link. I don't want the home link because my logo can be the home link, so that's all fine. Order pages by ascending, descending. Okay. Let's press save. Let's see what happens. So this button should disappear. There we go, and it did. And now the welcome page is the home page, but I actually want it over here. We're gonna figure out how to do that later too. Categories, exclude categories from the navigation bar. I think this is what we wanted. Save. That should get rid of those. Good, we got rid of those. Now eventually I got to figure out how to order these up again because I want them in a different order. I don't want this one highlighted when people get to the home page, but again, those are small details that I eventually figure out how to fix. Layout settings. Oh, choose which items to display in post info section. So all these things are currently displayed. Show comments on posts is enabled, place thumbs on posts is enabled. So let me show you what they're talking about here. Here's post number 7. Posted by M on January 31st, and my photo 0 comments. So let's say I just want the author, not the date, not the categories, not the comments. Press save. Reload this. And now it just has posted by M. And actually, let's say I don't want this post to enable comments. So, and these, honestly, I'm not really going to even go over them. There's a bunch of different stuff you should look into. General settings, whatever. There's a lot of cool stuff here. I'm sure once I come back and I really try and figure this out when I'm not recording, I'll figure out how to reorder these, and then I'll make a cool logo, and I'll eventually fill out this website, but you get the basic idea. Here's a bunch of different layout, navigation, color settings, SEO, integration if you need to add extra code, a bunch of cool stuff. So I absolutely recommend Elegant Themes. Let's go back to posts here. Quick edit. Let's not allow comments. Don't worry about what pings are, but uncheck it. Update. Reload. Here's post number 7, and now there's no longer any comments allowed. And also you notice all these links here, edit this page, all this stuff above here. This is only showing for me because I'm logged in and I'm the owner of this website. I'm the person that can modify this website, but if you were to log out and come back and visit your website, these links wouldn't be here, so you don't have to worry about that. But all right, let's move on to some more advanced concepts. I did want to point out one more thing before we move on to plugins, which, by the way, plugins are very, very important, and I'll show you how to use those in a minute. But remember I was telling you, when you scroll over this, the alternate text is going to show up, which is Mike. But I also wanted to show you, before I forget, let's actually just edit it from here. Edit this page. Go to this photo. A lot of people want to know how to align this to a different section. So edit image. And again, this is one of those things that you can sort of figure out if you just play around with this, but let's put this on the right instead of no alignment. Update it. Delete this. Then let's put this right here. Mike. Text. welcome to my website. That's a photo of me. By the way, if you notice, I just went over to text and started typing this over here. And that's because sometimes the visual editor can be a little bit buggy, especially when you're working with images and you're trying to figure out where everything goes, etc. And actually, that's one of the nice things about going with text. Like this doesn't mess up. This is exactly what you put in here is exactly how it'll display. Whereas if you start making this bold and doing different things, sometimes the visual editor is trying to figure out what you do and it messes up the code, but you can come over here and fix it. And trust me, this all looks crazy right now, but once you work with this a little while, you just kind of start to get a feel for what things do what. Like, you know, I don't understand how to make this code on my own, but here it says width equals this, height equals this. I understand that if I were to make this something crazy like 500, in other words, almost 5 times what it is, and press update, I mean, let's just see what happens. And just seeing what happens is a great way to learn, by the way. Open this link in a new tab. Give it a second. And this was aligned all the way to the right, and then obviously I made this way too wide, and it's actually going into the sidebar. So, you know, go to Visual Editor, press this, edit it. Instead of having it on the right, let's do it in the center now. And let's go to Advanced Settings and make the width something normal again. I hope I look normal. I don't even remember what the original dimensions were. Update. Actually, looks pretty good. Update. Reload this. And there we are. Now I'm in the center. This is no longer a link. Welcome to my website. That's a photo of me, etc., etc. But now you get the idea. So hopefully this is not just a lesson on what I showed you right there, but the importance of not being afraid to try things, just pressing different things, putting in some different options, exploring a little bit. You'll start to get a feel for how to use this, and that'll be really useful when you're trying to manipulate your website later on. All right, so now I'm going to show you how to really put in some more advanced, more professional looking things on this website. And the way we're going to do that is using plugins. Plugins are really, really cool. In the same way that there's a ton of free themes available that give you a different appearance for your website, plugins are little pieces of software that really just about anything you can think of, someone out there has made a plugin for it. In fact, probably a lot of people out there have made different plugins for it, and they're all free, they're all available. And I mean, right now it sounds a little confusing, a little vague, but I'm going to show you how to use them right now. And the first example I'm going to use is how to add social share buttons. So usually if you want to add social share buttons that look really cool for every post or every page, it would take a lot of coding. But with WordPress, you can go to plugins. Okay, so let's go to plugins. There's some default plugins that come here. Right now, they're not activated. They're inactive, but this is what they show. This is one to prevent comment spam from your blog. So I would recommend activating it. And there's instructions for how to do that. It'll walk you through it. Hello Dolly is just a silly plugin. It's just a plugin that makes your website say hello to you every time you go to the back end. It's just something silly that they have here that you know, you can activate it if you want. I think it's just an example, really. But whatever. We're not going to worry about these right now. They're not that important. Let's go to Add New. And I know the one that I like is called Slick Social Share Buttons. I believe that's the name. Okay, so here it is. And this is really cool. Again, like everything I'm showing you, you should definitely sort of look into it a little bit more on your own, kind of start learning about all this stuff. But here's the rating, here's the description, details if you want to see the details. I'm going to show you how to install it. So let's just press install now. Are you sure to want to install this plugin? Press OK. And let's activate the plugin. Let's activate. And so now you can either get to the settings here, or you'll see that there's a new tab over here where you can start to modify this. Or sometimes sometimes the button will show up under the different settings over here. It just depends. You kind of have to look for it. In this case, it made a whole new tab. So social buttons, let's go to social buttons. And These are going to show share buttons for any post, any page on your website that you want. So let's do this. Slide out from the top left. Offset 50 pixels, direction vertical, default skin. I want to check it. Slide speed, whatever. Load open. That's fine. Let's save these changes. Where do we want these share buttons to show up? I want them to show up on the home page, and I want them to show up on posts, nowhere else. So, well, let's continue. Let's have it have a Twitter, a Facebook, Google +1. Once again, there's just so many different customization options that you can have, but let's just, yeah, you can change the order. It's just really cool what plugins can do. Someone out there just did a ton of work, did all this coding that I'd never be able to, never be able to do. Let's pick one more. Let's pick pin it, whatever. And there's all kinds of additional stuff here. There's always more options. Let's just press save changes so I can show you what this does. Give it a second while it saves. All right. Now let's reload the home page. And here is this really cool share button. You can close it or open it back up. So for example, these are little things that you might have to deal with. Look, this button is just a little bit too high on this page, right? So let's go over here, offset. Let's just do it on the left instead of the top left. Save changes. Reload this. And there we go. Now it looks really, really nice. And you press it in here, it goes, but it loads open. Now that's what the load open option was. So now you have all these really cool share buttons, which is really, really cool because it's obviously something that would be very difficult to program. But with a plugin, within 2 minutes, you have it all set up. And now if we go to a regular page, it shouldn't show up, which it didn't. But now if we go to a post, and obviously posts are the things that we want to share, that we want people to share, there's that option again. And obviously you can have it anywhere on your screen. You can have it come from the bottom. There's a ton of different options here. So that is the power of plugins. And just to show you a little bit more, let's say you didn't know what slick social share buttons were, but you knew you needed a social button plugin. Just come here, go to add new, and let's put social media share buttons. Press enter. And it's just going to return with just a ton of different options. And you can open the details in a new tab. Plugin has not, so look, it's just got all the information, how to install it, FAQ. There's a support page for this one. So, let's do social media feather. I don't know what it is. Let's press details. Description, screenshots, so you get to see photos. Okay, so these are really cool. I guess you have all these different options for how you want it to look. Like I said, there's just tons and tons of stuff to explore here, and obviously, like everything, some plugins are better than others. Some are worse than others. In some cases, a plugin will simply not be compatible with your theme that you chose, and you just got unlucky, and either you can figure out a way to make it work or you have to pick a different plugin. But that's the power of plugins. And yeah, if you want to add this really cool button to your posts or your pages, wherever you want, you know how to do that now. Okay, so that was to add social media share buttons so other people could share your post or your website, whatever it is, to whatever social media network that they like. And of course there's, if you go back to social buttons and social buttons over here, you'll see that you can add as many as you want to whatever, you can add Reddit, Dig, whatever. Let's save it. I mean, it's just that easy. That is the power of plugins. Reload. Give it 1 second. And there's all these different buttons here. But now I'm going to show you how to add social media buttons, but to your own personal pages. So if you have a blog that you have a Facebook page that it's connected to, or you have some kind of business with a Twitter account that it's connected to, I'm going to show you how to add those buttons to your sidebar. So let's go to plugins again, just like we did earlier. These list the ones, so you can tell if this one's active and these ones are not active. But let's go over here, add new, and I'm going to look for social buttons. Social buttons. See, this one has 0, so I'm not going to go with that one. I've actually done simple social buttons. I've actually already found like a really cool plugin that I like, and I don't remember the name of it, so I'm going to check one of my other websites real quick and come back. But the way I originally did this, the way I did my original search was either I just tried them out, tested them, saw if I liked them and if they've worked, or you could also just go to Google and put in what is the best, social media sharing buttons, or what's the best social profile buttons, and you'll see reviews and stuff. There's a bunch of ways to go about doing this, but let me find out which is the one that I like, that I use on my Lions Club website. So moneyfromhomelionsclub.com. We go over here, scroll down. These are the ones that I thought looked really cool, that looked really professional. So I'm going to show you how to add these. 1 second. Okay, so I just checked, and that one is actually called the social links. Press enter. Install now. Are you sure we want to install this plugin? Press OK. Activate the plugin. The social links, go to settings, and actually, just to show you, where would you find this one? Maybe this one, is that it? The social links option. So this is the other way you would get there. So remember, with every plugin, usually you can always get there through the plugins page, but there's usually somewhere else where it shows up. And here it showed up here. So press here. Please enter the full URL to your social profile on your respected network. Okay, so this is actually a really easy plugin to use. Twitter, let's see, make money from homelinesclub.com. Twitter, so I actually have these shortened, but you would just put Twitter, I'll just do it like this, twitter.com, Mike Omar 9999. I believe that is my Twitter. Let's find out. That is my Twitter page. Perfect. So whichever, if you run a blog or a business, just whichever ones you want to use, go ahead and put them in. So I'm going to put, what else do I have? I've got my Gmail. Oh, so my Google Plus. So I already set these up so they're shortened up, so I don't have to remember the URLs. That's why I don't know them. But it's makemoneyfromhomelionsclub.com /Google. This one I put in the twitter.com Mike Omar, but you just put in whatever is the appropriate URL for you. Where is, they have every single one on here. Where's Facebook? Control find Facebook. There it is. So Facebook. All right. Let's just use those 3 for now. Let's just say those are the only 3 social media buttons I want to use. Icon size. Let's put the biggest one, just to show you the biggest one. Current window. I always like things to open in a new window. Check the box if you would like to add a link to the plugin under the widget. This is if you want a link to the creators of the widget. Of the plugin makers. I'm going to say no. Press save changes. And then, every plugin you kind of sort of have to figure out how to use it. For this one, you just go to widgets right here. And you'll see that under the widgets, there should be a new one that is for these social buttons. The social link. See, this one wasn't here before. Now that we've added this plugin, it's there. So go over here, the social links, and let's just title it Connect with Me. Save. Go over here, reload this. By the way, this does look really silly that my face is here. Obviously, you would have a really cool logo here, and you can, if you want to make a logo for your website, you can just go to Google, type in something like freelogomaker.com, and there's just a ton of them. You can put in whatever the name of your website is and pick the different themes and stuff. Okay, cool. So check out this really cool widget right here. Connect with me. Press on Google. And boom, it goes to my Google Plus profile. So as easy as that, we now have the share buttons for whatever pages we want. And now on any page that you go to, within the sidebar, there's these really cool buttons. And like I said, you can go switching them up however you want. Let's just put connect, save. Then let's go back here to the social link options. And let's say we thought those buttons were too big. Let's make it this one. Save again. Go over here. Let's go to samples of my work again. And because now we're on a page, these no longer showed up, but the sidebar will always show up, and you'll see that these are now smaller. Also, remember that there were these buttons right here. That was a specific option for elegant themes. If you like those, then obviously you don't have to mess around with this plugin. But if you think these are better and you don't want these to show up anymore, if you remember from earlier, and again, I'm using this theme for the first time too, so I still don't know my way around all this part too well. But I remember from earlier that this is where you show the Twitter and Facebook icon, and I don't want those anymore. And actually, I want to go back to the original color, whereas I like the original color better, the default color. Go back down, save, go over here, and there's the original color. And now you'll see that these buttons are no longer here. I'm gonna go ahead and take my face off of there again too. Or let's just press reset. Save again. Go over here. It's back to that original one. All right. All right, so now I want to show you how to add a contact form. A contact form is essentially, when you go to contact me, instead of saying contact me at MikeOmar@MakeMoneyFromHomeLionsClub.com, I want it to say feel free to contact me, and then you have one of those forms where people fill out their name, their address, their message, and then press the send button. You'll actually see on my main website, MakeMoneyFromHomeLionsClub.com, when you go to contact, it's right here. Fill out your name, email, subject, and message, and then this little CAPTCHA, that's to prevent robots from sending you messages once your website becomes more popular, and then you press send. So this is actually very easy to do. Again, we're going to use a plugin. Those plugins, you're just going to find out that plugins, there's just plugins for everything, and they're absolutely lifesavers. I don't know how to do any of this programming. I just know the very, very basics. And with plugins, I'm able to make websites that are really professional or really cool. They're able to do everything. So plugins, add new. Again, if you weren't watching this, you would just put in contact form, and you would see all these different contact forms with their ratings, the details, etc., etc. One really popular contact form that I like, that I don't remember how I found it. I'm sure I probably did a Google search to read different reviews, but the best one that I found is called Contact Form 7. Press enter. And again, install now. Are you sure you want to install this plugin? Okay. Activate plugin. Settings are right here, and also settings. Where's the contact form? You already know this. It's somewhere. But whatever. Let's just get there through here. Contact form 7, settings. Contact form 1. This is just the default one it comes with. So, you can modify these contact forms, and you can learn a little bit of code and figure out how you want to do it. But actually, the default setting is completely fine. Put in your email address right here. This is my email address, MikeOmar@MakeMoneyFromHomeLionsClub.com. From subject, this is just a very, very basic one, but actually that's the only one I need. And this is what the email is actually going to look like. From the name they put in and their email, the subject, the message body, and then this email was sent from a contact form on Mike Omar Photography. So this is really cool that it automatically labels what website this came from, because once you own lots of websites, you'll immediately know which website they sent you a message from. All this other stuff is fine. I mean, as you can see, we didn't change anything at all. So let's go back to the top here. Copy this code and paste it into your post, page, or text widget content. So you can take this and put it anywhere. So we're going to copy this. I'm pretty sure we didn't change anything, so we don't need to press save, but I'm going to press save anyway. Let's go to pages. Contact me. Filling out my contact form below. Enter, paste, update. Let's go back to my website, visit site. Go to contact me. And now I have this really, really cool contact form, and people put in their name, their email, their subject, and their message, and then they press send and it goes to your inbox. It goes to the email address that you listed. Obviously, when you do this, go ahead and test it out, make sure it works. For now, I'm going to assume it works because I'm not going to go through the testing process during this recording, but go ahead and test it out, but it should work. And as easy as that, you know, you have a pretty professional looking contact page. And these are the little tricks that eventually, you know, you remember this website at the beginning. Now it's starting to look more professional. Contact form, social media buttons, go to the home page, there's the share buttons, there's photos. So, all right, let's continue this process. All right, so now I'm going to show you how to add one of those interactive Google Maps straight on your website. If you're a business owner and you have a location, if you have some reason you want to show some location on your website, it's actually very, very easy to do. Even if you're a freelancer for photography or for making websites or both, you can put the location of the Starbucks you usually meet clients at, you know, something like that. So, very easy to do. Let's open a new tab, Google Maps. Let's put a Google Maps here. Let's put in a Starbucks in New York City. Let's just pick one, doesn't matter. Let's go to this one. Okay, so let's say it's going to be location A. Actually, let's, just in case, I don't want it to show all these Starbucks on here, and I'm not sure if it will or not. So let's just grab the address. I'm going to put this in. There we go. So let's say I want this map to show up on my website, but I want it to be a little bit further to show all of Manhattan. So let's do this, right? So we're going to go over here to this little button. So it says there it's link, and then paste HTML to embed in website. So we're going to copy all this, copy. That's the code we need. And let's go back here. This is going to go under map, right? So let's go to map. And again, you already know how to reach that through the pages over here on the back end, but let's just go to edit this page. And this is the location of my business. Now, remember, this is the visual editor. The code that we just got is HTML, so we're going to post it in here under text, right? Let's get rid of that, paste it in. That is an awful lot of code. No need to worry about what it is. When we go to visual, it's actually just going to show this on the visual end, but you'll see how it looks on the website in a second. Press update. Now let's view the page and see what happened. So now you have this very, very cool map right on your website. And it's awesome because it's just like one of the Google Maps. It's just like the Google map on that page. You can scroll up, you can scroll down, you can zoom in, zoom out. You know, I mean, you can just do everything. Whoa. Whoops. To view, you need the Google Earth plugin. Okay, whatever. We don't have the plugin. Let's reload this. But you get the idea. Directions, I mean, it just does everything. So, like I said, it's a really, really cool feature. And you immediately have an interactive map right on your website. So that's how you add a map. All right, now I'm going to show you how to add a sign up form for your website, which essentially can sign people up to be a part of your newsletter, whether it's weekly, whether it's just for announcements, whatever. It's something I highly, highly recommend, especially if you have a blog where you want to create a following, a business where you want a quick and easy way to talk to your audience or to your clients. It's just a very effective tool for all kinds of businesses online that you want to run, whether it's to remind people to visit your website when you have a new post, whether it's to talk about promotions, whether it's to make an announcement, whatever it is. It's just very, very effective for business. It's more effective than any social media because you get to send a piece of something, a piece of material directly to people's inbox. Everybody checks their email. It's pretty much considered the most effective way to reach people whenever you need to. And obviously I have a newsletter that I have for the Lions Club. I highly recommend it. It's a really simple one. All it is every week I send out a newsletter that explains some kind of new method or, a new technique, new strategy for making money online, just different types of tips and stuff like that. So on my website, you can see there's a sign up form here where they can submit. There's one on the sidebar where they can submit. If you go to any of my posts and, click on it, they can submit their information here. Oh, they can submit their information here, and that simply, makes them a part of my newsletter, and now I have their email address. So whenever I need to send something out, I can press the send button. It sends out to all the people that have registered for my newsletter. So something I highly, highly recommend, and actually setting up is very, very easy to do. I use a service called Aweber. So if you're watching this video on Udemy or wherever, just go to the description. So for example, go to the description here and you could press on the link that says Aweber and you can sign up for that account. But I'm going to show you how easy it is to install this on a website and watch it work. I'm going to show you how to do a regular form one, which is just one that's always there. And then if you were to, let's see, I'm going to press new incognito window. If you were to go to the makemonyfromhomelionsclub.com for the very first time, which is why I opened this up in a new incognito window and press enter, you're going to see that within a few seconds there's going to be a pop-up form to sign up for the newsletter as well. And this is all set up with Aweber, and I'm going to show you how to install that on your website right now. So in another one of my lessons, I go over fully how to sign up for Aweber, use it, etc. But essentially, once you go through the whole process and you do the entire process on their website, you set up your web forms, you set up your newsletters, you can automate the whole thing. At the very, very end, they're going to say, okay, depending on how you designed your sign up form, whatever, here's a piece of code that you need. And I actually took those pieces of code and wrote them here. One of these is for the form that is just stable and steady on your website the entire time. The other one is for the one that pops up after 5 seconds. So, and also you choose how long before it pops up. Basically, like everything I've been showing you, it's completely user-friendly, completely customizable, but let's just copy these pieces of code. And what you're going to do, go over here. Look, you can go directly to widgets, which is where we want to go. And this code is actually going to be, we're going to use a text widget. Again, it's actually, in my opinion, the most useful widget because HTML gives you the option to do whatever you want. So sign up for my free weekly newsletter. Paste these two pieces of code. Again, it doesn't matter that it looks like this because it's going to display differently. This is a save button. Hold on. Save it. Close. And now let's open this in the incognito window so that the computer will think that this is my very, very first time visiting MikeOmarPhotography.com. The reason I keep doing this is because I have it set so that only the very first time that you ever visit my website will that pop-up form show up. I don't want it popping up every single time someone shows up in my website. They'd probably get pretty annoyed. So MikeOmarPhotography.com, press enter, and let's see if this worked. All right. So there's the one that pops up. Again, all this text and what's sent to them, their thank you form, where they go, etc. The thank you page where they're sent to, all this stuff I set up on their website. And like I said, there's another lesson that I dedicate exclusively to Aweber. So if you want to set up a sign up form or a newsletter or whatever it is, you can learn how to do that here. And then this form is also right here. And again, you can change the colors and how it looks, all the buttons. It's all customizable, but that's how easy it is to set up sign up form, or I'm sorry, to set up a newsletter or a way to announcing. So any kind of business that you have, if every now and then you need to make announcements for promotions or something changed about your business, some kind of special, maybe just a weekly newsletter, maybe you just put up a new blog, just whatever it is, I highly, highly recommend right off the bat, especially if you're trying to set up a website or a blog that develops a bigger following over time. Aweber is a tool I highly, highly recommend, and it's one of the best tools I've used and I have to keep promoting my online Lions Club school. And also it's going to be something that I'll be able to use to eventually promote the photography school that is in development right now, that I'm developing this new set of how to make a website lessons for. So once again, I highly, highly recommend Aweber. If you're interested in setting up a newsletter, go ahead and click on the link in the description and sign up. Alright, so now I'm going to show you how to add a PayPal button to charge people for whatever it is that you're providing. If you don't have a PayPal account, go to the description. You could go, if you're watching on Udemy, go over here, go here and press on the PayPal button, or if you're watching somewhere else, the PayPal link will be in the description. But go over here, and what we're going to do is we're going to add a PayPal button. So what you want to do, if you don't have a PayPal account, go ahead and sign up. It's completely free. If you do, just log into your PayPal account. Okay? Then you're going to press on Merchant Services right over here. And you'll see there's a lot of really cool options here, but what we're going to do is create payment buttons for your website. Here's a little peek into the world of e-commerce. And actually, if you're going to have an online business and you're going to outsource and you're going to have to receive money for your services or send money because you're paying for something, maybe you're paying some software developer something, all the different things, PayPal is very, very useful. It's just so useful for sending and receiving money, and not just in business, but, for rent, for favors, people need money, whatever it is. So PayPal I highly recommend. But back to the issue at hand. We're going to create a payment button for the website. Like I said, if you're doing photography and you're taking photos for people, it's whatever amount that you want. If you're making a website, what I've done in the past is I charge $500 flat rate. So that's the example we're going to do right now. But again, you can do whatever it is that you need to do. So add a PayPal button to your site. Let's create a button. I've actually changed the interface since last time I did this, so I'm going to be sort of guessing along too. We're going to do the most basic one. Buy now, item name, website. Item ID, optional, not needed. Price, $500, flat rate. Currency, USD. Obviously, depending on what country you're in, whatever, you can change that. Your customer's view is just a straight buy now button. Add drop down menu with price option, with menu. Maybe you have different levels of websites that you provide. Maybe if you're doing photography, there's different packages that you set up. One is the premium, one is the standard, one is ultra, super, platinum, gold, whatever it is. Add a text field. There's all these different options. Doesn't matter. Shipping, for what I'm providing a website, there's no shipping cost, so that's 0. Tax rate, I'm not going to charge clients tax. Use my secure, whatever. Track inventory, profit and loss. Customize advanced feature. Again, if you're starting to set up a really complicated e-commerce website, all those things will come into play. Right now, this is just a very, very basic one that I'm setting up. So let's do this. Create button. And just as simple as that, select the code. Copy it. Again, all this stuff is in HTML, so if you were to put this on a poster page, make sure to be on the HTML setting. We're actually going to put it in a widget. So let me log out of here. Let's go over here, go to widgets. What are the widgets we have right now? The newsletter, the social links, buy now. That's the one we set up earlier. That's the example of the link that I had put in. That was a photo of me. That was the other link. We don't need any of that. Let's paste this in. Whoop. Press save. Close this. Visit site. And now, when we go down here, Here is the Buy Now button. To purchase a website for $500, please click here. And if someone has a PayPal account, they can pay you directly from the funds within their account. And also it accepts all major credit cards, and a person can pay without even signing up for an account. So it's actually a very, very, very convenient way to charge people. So now, when someone goes down, they click on this button, and they're redirected to this page where the amount being charged is $500. They can pay with a debit or credit card. Well, they can pay with their PayPal account by logging in, or they can just pay with debit or credit card, prepaid gift card. They can do financing, bill me later. So there's all these different options. They fill all this out, and once they pay, that money goes into your PayPal account, which then you can transfer immediately to your bank account for no extra fees, or you can use that money in your account for other uses. I mean, very, very useful. So that, in my opinion, is the best way to charge clients for whatever it is that you're offering. If this is a business website or some website where you have a location, submitting your website to Google and having it appear in the business listings is actually a very, very easy process. Just go to Google and put in Google Business Maps, something along those lines, and they're gonna pretty much invite you to submit your website and your business so that it'll be listed on their own Google Maps. So if you have a business and that's what you're making this website for, then I highly, highly recommend you go ahead and do that. The last thing I want to show you is it's actually going to be a little bit of an introduction into making money online. So if you are one of the people that is watching this and building a website for your photography website, as in to display your photography or to do your photography services, one way that you can make money passively is by promoting my photography school. My photography school is still in development, which is why I'm not revealing the URL just yet, but I will show you how to make some income this way. And the way it would work is you would have a link on your website that says, if you want to learn if you want to learn how to become a photographer, click on this link and sign up. And you could put something like, that's where I learned how to take photos. That's where I learned the skills. I highly recommend this school. Whatever it is that you want, set up that link. I'm going to show you how to set up that link. It's a special affiliate link. And when they click on that link and then sign up for the school, you're going to win a percentage of, however much they pay, depending on what package they buy or like whatever it is that they sign up for. You will make a commission. And that's actually one of the big ways that a lot of people make money online. That's a big way a lot of people make passive income online. So, for example, first thing you want to do, if you're watching this on Udemy or on YouTube, wherever it is, again, go to the description. Usually this is the default area. Go to the description, and one of these links is going to say ClickBank. Go ahead and press on the ClickBank link. Sign up for an account. It's completely free. And then I'm going to show you what to do next right now. Okay, so when you signed up for your account with ClickBank, you should have signed up and made yourself a username. That username is very important for the link we're about to create. So because my photography school is not set up yet, I'm going to show you another ClickBank website I have, which is my How to Become a Ticket Broker website, which is years and years and years ago when I started this whole business. The first thing I did was I was buying and selling tickets, buying tickets online, selling tickets online for concerts and events and, all kinds of different things. And I was making a profit because I would buy them the day the tickets were released. And then right before the event, you could sell them for more money. And that's a little bit of how, I was just making money when I needed it. And then because I couldn't find any information online on how to do that, I eventually I wrote a book about my experiences, and I actually sell it here. And this is actually a ClickBank product, which means, someone can go here, buy this product, and every time they buy this product, I make money, but it's also an affiliate product, which means if someone sends me a potential customer through their affiliate link and they come to this website and buy the product, I'll pay them a commission, and I set what level of commission I want to pay them. So this is just an example, of course, and this is actually a much lower ticket item price, but my photography school is going to be more expensive. And actually, if you end up liking the photography school you can make some passive income that way. Because when you show people your photography website or your services photography website, whatever it is, you could be like, hey, well, if you like my photos and you want to learn how to do it yourself, a link to the photography school that I took is right on my website, so you can sign up through there. And then when they do, you make yourself a little bit of money. So that's the idea here. And actually, I'm gonna have a tab here that's named affiliates. So I'll be able to explain this again in more detail within that tab, but let's just go ahead and do it real quick. So go to dashboard. I'm just gonna go ahead and do it there. Pages, add new, affiliates, learn how to make passive income by promoting my photography school. And here I'm gonna have all the instructions on how to do that, but for now I'm just gonna show you how to set up that link. So I want to put the link in a widget, and if you remember from the lessons, the widget needs to have HTML, which I am just so bad at remembering what it is. So I'm going to use my same trick as always, but here's what a ClickBank affiliate link looks like. It looks like this. My username for this product is Musica9999. Probably for, my photography school, I'm going to make my ClickBank user ID Musica9998, something like that, most likely. But again, later on, once it's set up, I'll reveal that. But this is the link. And then whatever your name is, whatever your username is that you used, you would put it here. And that's how this link is going to track that it is a referral from you. So let's go back here and let's set up this link. So learn the art of photography at the best photography school that exists. That's quite an endorsement, and hopefully you feel that way once you take it. So make this a link, make this a destination, and press open link in a new window tab, right? So that is the link that we want in our widget. So just like I showed you before, this is the little trick. That's the HTML code. Copy it, publish this. Let's go back to the website. Affiliates. Like I said, eventually this tab will have all the instructions on how to do this properly and best advice, etc. But like I said, everything I'm doing today is just a little bit faster to kind of get to the point so that, you learn how to do it, and then, you can do it at your own pace. But let's go over here. Widgets. Another text widget, like I said, it's the one I just always use because I have exact control over what displays. Over here, paste, and take, all right, let's just title it something simple, photography school. Save it, close. So remember, this link is obviously, it's something weird. It's not how to become a ticketbroker.net. It's this strange affiliate link, but watch what happens. I'm gonna save it, close here, go up here, give it 1 second while it gets to the site. I don't know why it's taking so long. There we go. Photography school. Learn the art of photography at the best photography school that exists. Press the link, and whoa, that's weird. Hold on. Okay, I just figured out what happened. So I went back to widgets, and when I went to photography school, this said affiliates, or affiliates, and maybe there's some kind of issue with whoever actually has that username, affiliate or affiliates. So I just replaced it with Musica9999, which essentially means I'm sending a referral to myself. But whatever, I'm just trying to do this for the example. Obviously, you would put your own username here. And then this is a username that refers you to the ticket broker book. But because the photography school is not set up yet, that's the one we're using for now. But that's to explain what this link is. Eventually, this one would be replaced with whatever one I tell you is for the photography school. And this one would be your own username, so you get credit for that sale. So save it. Close this. Go over here. Let's reload this. And so this photography school, learn the art of photography at the best photography school that exists. Open it. And in this case, it sends you to my ticket broker website because that's how we just set it up. But usually, or after, once my photography school is set up, you'll want it to link to my photography school. And then you'll have a chance to make yourself some passive income that way. That is just a small peek into like my other school, which is how you can make passive income online. And I mean, obviously, if you're watching that lesson as a part of that school and you eventually set up some art websites or photography websites and they start gaining traffic, that would be one monetization option for you aside from the usual tactics that I use, which was AdSense, Amazon, promoting other things. But I mean, if you take a look at this website, you can see that in less than an hour, this is already a pretty cool looking website. It looks very professional. Obviously, all the text and all the stuff, like it's not set up properly. It's not refined. You know, this is still not at the home page. If you remember when I looked at this theme, there was a way to get a slider up here, which I still haven't decided if I'm going to do that or not. Once I take my own photography school and I know how many photos I want to display and like how I want to set it up, I'll decide if I use that slider or maybe I make another tab for a gallery. I still don't know, but those are the options I have. And again, this is completely customizable. It may take a little bit of guesswork. Every now and then you'll get frustrated because you'll run into some problems. But again, if you're using an Elegant Themes theme, go to their forums and take advantage of the help team that they have over there, because they help people that don't know anything about this stuff, that are complete computer dunces, and just solve problems for them. So, you know, at the end of this process, I mean, I haven't uploaded any photos yet. That's still going to wait. But once you visit this website, you're going to see a complete website. But it won't be with anything additional than what I've shown you today. You've got your social share buttons here, which you can do just for the home page. You can do for every single page, whatever it is. You've got links on, here's your sidebar, your ClickBank, your newsletter. You've got your connect buttons, your buy now buttons. You know, posts. There's just a ton of stuff. And like I said, anything else you might want to add, any other ideas you have, you can do a search for Google on it. You can search on plugins. You can check which ones are the best. Obviously, if you have any questions or comments about the entire process, feel free to email me or leave comments under the video under Udemy or YouTube, on my own website, wherever it is. Like I said, I really, really highly recommend Elegant Themes. Elegant Themes was how I made my own website, which, I mean, a lot of people look at this website, especially beginners, people who've never done this before, and they're like, wow, how'd you make this website? But if you look at this website, everything on here is essentially just all the stuff I already taught you. Image, links, sign up form, you know, links through images. This is an image. I mean, this was through Elegant Themes. I wouldn't know how to set up a slider, but they have it really easy through that same area back here. Dashboard, and then appearance and vision theme options. So this was the corporation. When I go to the back end and I go to the corporation theme options, it asks me how I want to set up this slider. So everything you see is, I mean, it's completely within your reach. It doesn't take any coding. Except very, very minor instances like you already saw. But, I mean, for the most part, that's why I recommend once you learn to do this process, go ahead and start freelancing, because look at this. This is a professional looking website, and I pretty much did the entire thing through an Elegant theme and WordPress. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. Again, any questions or comments, email me, leave a comment. You can do it on Udemy, you can do it on YouTube, you can do it on my website, you can do it anywhere. Also, be sure to sign up for my newsletter. It's, the best method I have for connecting with people that, want to learn more about making money online. Obviously, if you're watching this as a part of the photography school, you're more than welcome to join this How to Make Money Online school as well, the Lions Club. All right, thank you for watching, guys.